Hello and welcome back to the HH Gaming channel, where today we are talking about all things New World. So for those of you who don't know what New World is, it is a brand new MMO game which has been released by Amazon Game Studios. And today I thought I would share the solo leveling build that I'm using on my character in New World. Now before I get into this, I do want to give a big shout out to Baggins TV. He's another YouTube creator and he's created guides and things like that on New World. Check out his channel. I got the idea for this build from his channel, so please do check it out. So the build that I'm using is a mixture between the Life Staff and the Hatchet in New World. Now this is kind of a hybrid healer class, but with enough damage to be able to farm mobs efficiently on your own or with a group. What this build actually results in is an extremely powerful solo leveling build, which you can also then swap over to your Life Staff and be extremely useful within group content and dungeon content as you progress through the game. Now the foundations of this build is based around making mass pulls or group pulls within the game, so you can run around collecting up mobs and then you group them up, you drop your healing circles down so that you can regen your health while you're in there, then pop berserk and do your multi-hit with your hatchet, and you just effectively nuke them down while your health is regenerating both from the hatchet and from the healing spells that you have available through the Life Staff. And before I respec'd into this build, I was running the spear and bow build, which is great, but I found it was really squishy and I struggled with solo content purely because I didn't really have any way outside of consumables to regain my health and keep myself going through the mobs and completing quests along the way. So just jumping in to look at how the build works, the primary stat that we're going to be using is focus. Now this primarily helps with your healing, however as you'll see later on we can actually make the hatchet's damage scale from the focus as well. So not only will you be healing, you'll be able to get out a large amount of damage as well. So as you can see, the gear that I've got here, it's primarily with focus. Ideally I would like this gear to also have constitution on it, however the gear that I've had available unfortunately only had intelligence on it. Now what you can see here is the amber gem in my hatchet. Now this is basically the bread and butter of this build. It's the reason that you can plow so much damage out of the hatchet while still using a focus stat heavy build, and that's because this gem will actually make your hatchet scale from either focus or the base weapon, depending on which is higher. Obviously within this build, focus is going to be your highest stat, so that's what it's going to scale from. So just moving on to look at the skills which I put within my hatchet for this build, the primary focus at the moment is going to be getting your berserk all the way to the end. This is going to give you the benefits of healing and also increasing the damage output of the hatchet whilst you're in that berserk stance. It's also going to stop you from getting stunned and immobilized whilst you're in berserk, and this is huge for making sure that you're able to stay within your healing circles. And then the other ability that you want is your multi-hit, and this is going to do a boat ton of damage when you've got those adds stacked up in a group. So then just moving on to the Life Staff so that you can see how that I've got this set up. To be honest, for the solo leveling part of this build, the only thing that's really important here is the Sacred Ground. That's your massive healing circle, which is going to keep you alive even through, you know, heavy incoming damage from the adds that are hitting you. I will go into more detail on group healing and dungeon content so that you can see how I perform when I'm in that sort of environment, but for now this video is mainly based on the solo leveling element of this build. So there you have it guys, there is my solo farming build for Amazon's New World. I'm really enjoying this build. If you do have a Life Staff, grab yourself a hatchet, get out there farming solo content. And as ever, if you do enjoy the content that we put out on this channel, please do give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next video.